If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At the start of the semester, it's time to think about how much you can save by using NJ Transit's Student Pass. College students can save an extra 25% on their commute on the train, bus, or light rail. This is a major savings that could keep cash in your pocket. Every student needs more cash. That's a known fact. So visit your college website or njtransit.com/studentpass and start saving.
Welcome, Wapham crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, February 8th, Sunday, February 9th, for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. And thanks so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and we are broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight. If you're listening live right now, you may be listening to us on KPNL Radio, which you can find at KPNL Radio at kpnl-db.com. And yeah, otherwise it's Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So tonight, we're going to be joined by Psychic Chris Garcia. Chris Garcia is basically a really awesome psychic, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, basically anything you can think of within the psychic spectrum. He covers the bases there, and he also enjoys paranormal investigating and helping young kids with gifts as well as other people with gifts. So we're pretty lucky to have him on tonight. Let me pull him up here. Hey, Chris. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Sorry, I've been so busy. Been doing my thing and just helping people as usual, keeping my spirits up and just hanging on. But other than that, I'm glad to be on after. Damn, I haven't been on in 3 months. It seems like 3 months. I don't know. It's been a while, but yeah. I got some. So these are new cards. These are alien cards. See, like this is the way the cards came out. This weird looking box. It's like a goddess. So the alien cards are new ones that I got. There's just been getting pulled to different decks. So those are really nice and they're real glossy. They have just all different cards, just like in the tarot. It's just that they have different aliens. I actually got in the glow in the dark, but there are things that they need some light or like a black light, and then they start to glow in the dark. And you do it in the dark. But other than that, I've been kind of just hanging in. Been just in the background doing reading. That's increased. It's just been just crazy that like there's times when the way that things that I've been seeing and feeling, a lot of friends of mine have seen that I've said this even before they met me. I've said that I've known you for a long time, because you're like one of the people I've known for years. And a lot of stuff people are trying to say that Yellowstone there's like a little volcano eruption. It's just crazy how this year started, and we're not even halfway the year, and we're thinking this is just the beginning. But it's just been an honor as always to be on, and I'm sorry I couldn't get on the other time. I just was very occupied. But I'm making it up tonight because I hadn't seen you, and I need to keep myself busy to reach out to other people, to spread the love, and knowing that even though we're going through these hard times, we're here to help. People might not believe in what we do, they might not listen to what we say, but mark my words, a lot of stuff that I've said, it's coming to pass. I remember some things that Tessa has said in the past, it's coming to pass. All these weird drones coming out of who knows where. The thing that really kind of startled me is the helicopter with the plane. There's been at least 3 accidents, but my friend told me on TikTok they have a total of 45 planes that have hit, but they haven't brought it up. But as far as I know, there's only been 3 that I'm aware of. Psychically, there's something strange about the American Airlines, and then just recently a Delta plane just got hit, which is kind of strange. I find that very, very weird. So I've been looking into all these weird things, and conspiracy theories, and I don't know. It just makes me sad that all this weird stuff is coming, and I remember how we made fun of who built the bridge, who built the wall. So, but yeah, it's just that I feel sorry for all the immigrants. I feel that if they have to go back, I feel like a lot of them are gonna lose their families, and some of them might have to go back and leave their kids behind, or their kids leave their parents behind because their parents gotta go back. So I've looked at all that, and it brings an empathic part of me, just sadness to people that are not gonna be able to be together. I mean, to me, it does bother me. Um, I can't even tell you how I feel about it. I'm not too thrilled about it. It's just, it bothers me to no end um, that we're all going through this change, and personally, I don't like it. So that's just my perspective on things. And seeing all this other stuff, how have you been holding up, Tess, with all the weird stuff that's been going on?
It's freaking me out. I don't know. It's just one after the other. And as far as the planes and the wrecks and stuff like that, the one with the helicopter, were they like a day apart or a week apart? I can't remember, but that's unheard of. They have so many like complicated and really advanced systems on these military aircraft. So I don't know. That should not have happened. I've seen things online where somebody might not have even been in the helicopter, like they could be flown by remote.
That's what I was looking into also, because when I heard about possibly that they could be um possibly just be remote, and according to people, they said they swear up and down that there was 3 people on that helicopter. This has never happened on any airline, or just any helicopter, especially the intelligent helicopter they have. I personally think there's no proof. People have talked about it behind closed doors. Um, to me, I can agree to some level about you. There's no theory on it yet, but I believe that there is helicopters that are big enough, but it probably takes a lot of freaking power to remotely control the damn thing. It would be like an extreme, like I want to say, like it's just weird how I keep getting like the word power grid remote, which don't even know what that is, but that just came out of my mouth. Um, that would be something that it's beyond our technology that we're not even aware of. Um, just the thought of a helicopter flying by itself is very scary. It reminds me of like when my mom told me many, many years ago that We might not live to see it. You might not live to see it. That we're gonna be having planes and not planes but cars like the Jetsons. It's already coming to where those cyber vehicles. I get the creepy vibes when I look at those because not once have I ever seen anything come out or anyone come out of the cyber vehicle that I've expected. I've seen them turn. That freaking thing look like a freaking box. I'm gonna be honest. To me, and then they have cars that you can plug on to like gas stations where they have the car, and it's like you're charging your phone. So if they're doing that, what else do we not know? And then, oh my god, this is gonna be so freaking weird. I can't believe I'm just gonna say this. I hope we don't get in trouble for saying it. That guy Musk, Elon Musk or whatever his freaking name is. There was
Elon, yeah.
things. Yeah, they were talking about this on TikTok. First, they were talking about this on Facebook. You could see his face, and the rest of his body was robot. I told everybody and the people that I talked to, I said, how do we not know that all these people that are shown that they're already dead, but they can put a mask over the robot, and there's robot humans walking among us. That came to my thoughts, and a lot of people that I've talked to came with that, and it reminds me of like what Brittany said. There's this movie that's called I, Robot with Will Smith, and I thought, all these movies that have been made way back then, nobody paid attention to them. So everything, all these movies, who were those producers that made those movies? Were they psychic? Were they trying to tell us something and we just didn't freaking pay attention? A lot of that stuff that has happened in those old movies that I remember when I was watching with my mom, a lot of that stuff is coming into now. So, really, is that helicopter? Was it remote? And were those three people dummies? That could be a thought, but we can't see that. Because do you think they're gonna tell us that there's dummies standing there, but they just put the dummies, they tie them down to the seats, and just you can't see it because you're in midair unless something was passing by. And so, that dummy, that person's not moving. And what is it? Is it a robot?
Can I use my computer? Watch videos. Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
So
Lily was
yeah,
asking
it's fine. But the thing is that it's a lot of this stuff that me and Brett and other people have talked about. It really scares me because some of this stuff I feel that it's true. We just cannot prove it. And the fact that you said, was it remote control? You're on the same wavelength that I haven't even talked to you in weeks. And you're on the same freaking page. So what's really going on out there with these freaking helicopters hitting these planes? And the question is, why? Are those
yeah.
people robots in the plane too?
Yeah, and then the one that was coming from, I think it was, the first one was from Wichita, Kansas. The second one was from Branson, Missouri, and it was supposedly a medical flight. A little girl that needed some medical help out there in uh, Missouri. But I don't know if you saw the video or not of it crashing. Like, that did not look like an airplane crashing. Airplanes don't go that freaking fast, even in a fall, even at full throttle or whatever. Like, that looked like a rocket. Even the indentation that it left on the sidewalk or the concrete that it hit looked like when a rocket hits in other places.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what really got me. So everything that we have talked about, I got getting chills. Woo! Got chills. I'm getting chills. Like everything we're talking about. Look at me. I'm getting the goosies now. Um, that just really makes me wonder, and what it's like the generation that we're in. What technology are they upgrading on? What's gonna be the next thing? Is it gonna be laws to where we can't leave our house? To where they can be dismilitary? If you can go to your appointments and groceries and you're gonna come back, are we gonna be restricted from our freedom? I have a feeling that that's gonna be the next thing. Hope to God we might not live through that, But mark my words, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I've said in the past. It's coming out in this time, and then of all things, when all this stuff is happening, Donald Trump is in White House. Is there a connection?
Yeah, it's
No.
crazy. And then even before Trump came in, like there was people saying the drones and the orbs and stuff that are out, not just in New Jersey, but all over the world, all over the United States, all over the world. But it was mostly broadcast from New Jersey. But I've seen videos of the same stuff everywhere.
There's been some that have seen tests that there's some in Texas, but it's not over here in San Antonio or in Dallas and Houston, but they're in like small little towns. That there was one in TikTok. He was looking at the sky and there was like different colors. But if you really look at them, they look like drones. But did you know? Oh, I'm getting chills as I'm about to say this. That you know how like in the movies, or if you look at the alien spaceships, they're like this, like a point, like a triangle. And if you
Mhm.
really pay attention, they usually have red, okay, yellow, and I want to say green. And lately, they've been seeing those colors in the sky. So if you're really looking at the now, unless it's going like this, then yes, it's a drone. But if it's just steady like this, and it's got like a point, but you can't see the shape because it's blending in with the darkness. It's blending in with the darkness. So is it like invisible? Which you know that, and that even though movies people can think, oh, you don't know what you're freaking talking about. The spaceships cannot be invisible. They can't make them camouflage. They can't make them disappear. Yes, they can. They have better
Mhm.
technology than what we have. So it goes back to Independence Day. Brittany's typing all this weird shit as we're talking. Um, I can tell you that we can talk about this all freaking day. But
Mhm.
people, you need to wake up. This shit is real. Me and Tessa and other people have freaking told you this shit, and you don't freaking believe us. Well, open your eyes, cause we're on for a long freaking ride. But I just can't. It just drives me nuts. Just people just laughing. They're like, Tessa and Chris don't know what the hell they're doing. We're just looking at them like, yeah, that's what you think. That's why we're gifted. We know. We know. And then think about it. This is another connection. Why would I get these cards for? What was Spirit trying to tell me? Yes, these are tarot. I know I have a past with them. Think about it. And then if you think about this box, look at this box, and I want you to take a really good look at it. When I got these cards, I figured in my head, I would think, oh, you know what? These are alien cards. They would come with an alien figure. What does that look like?
Oh, wow. Is that an
A
Anunnaki?
goddess. A goddess. So, in reality, why did they come in this box? Could they be connecting
Reminds
to
me
the
of the
aliens and God?
Anunnaki. What is it
Yeah, and God.
holding?
I don't. You know what? That's funny that you say that. Well, from the looks of it, it looked like it's holding like a head, or looks like a thorn, like a stick thing, like almost like Thor or something like that
Okay.
to that effect.
Mhm.
I don't know what to think of this, but I mean, think about it. Like, and I've told people they're asking me, Chris, why are you so drawn to these cards? I'm in tune to myself. Now, is there a connection outside of the tarot? I want to say yes. The universe is trying to tell me these guys are going to be showing themselves very, very soon. And how do you know? Just a theory. But then again,
Yeah.
nobody nobody
I don't know.
listens
There's
to
been
Chris.
videos like, don't listen to that guy. He's crazy. No, but different ones have been filmed and spotted. And just recently, there was a video that came out of somebody heard somebody trying to break into their house, and they went down there and then took off really fast, even though they had like a shotgun or some kind of gun you couldn't see because they blurred it out because of YouTube. But you could hear like the alien weird noise that they supposedly make. And yeah, there's an alien trying to break into my house. Like there's pictures, there's videos, and I don't know, that's creepy, but pretty awesome at the same time. And then with these drones too, like the orbs have been filmed shaped into drones. Like they can take any form they want to, really.
Okay, guys, I just want you to know that Tessa doesn't mind because she's told me this many times before. I sent you a link to StreamYard. If you want to show your face on live on Facebook and YouTube and all the other platforms that she mentioned, she would welcome you for open arms. If you got a question for me, you want to talk about anything, you need to get off your chest, you want a reading, come on board. You don't have to have your um, camera on if you choose not to. Um, so if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. I'm just giving that everybody. And I don't know how, Tessa, how do you, because I sent people the link, but outside of the link, like on Messenger, I don't know how they paste it and copy it on Facebook. Can you tell them how to do that if they want a reading from me?
Yeah, just copy the link and go to your web browser where you look up, whatever you look up, Facebook, Netflix, whatever, and paste it in there, and I'll send you over here.
Okay. So you guys, if you're looking in the chat, the link is on there. That link is not just to click on it. That will bring you on with me and Hustle. The way she says it. So if y'all guys want to walk up and ask me a couple questions and stuff like that, we can start whenever anybody wants to. As far as the call in, I don't know. Does that still work if they call in? I don't know if that works because I haven't been on the show. Does that phone number
I
still
got rid
work?
of that because it wasn't. Yeah, I quit paying for that because it wasn't working. Like I could get the calls, but you could never hear them. So,
Okay.
and I
Well,
just
that
heard a
doesn't work.
female voice say hello,
I don't
like
hear
someone on the
anything.
phone or someone. Yeah, I don't
There's
hear it
no
now,
movement.
but yeah, I heard it. Hello,
Unless if they're in the
hello.
background, because Amy wanted to come on to talk, I guess to uh, talk. I don't know unless she's got a question for me. So I know she's gonna come on. As far as everybody else, I don't know. So
Yeah, and I have 3 different people that may be calling in tonight. We went and did an investigation at a park here in town where my nephew had unalived himself, and there was a lot of questions. And me and his mom and sister and kind of like brother-in-law or whatever went down there and investigated, and we got a lot of really good stuff as far as like helping with closure and everything. Like this is brand new and it's going to take a long time to even feel like things are okay, but it helped to kind of answer some questions and to kind of soothe some people. But I know that they're wanting to call in and talk to you not only about that, but there's another person that's wanting to call in about a similar situation. So they have
okay,
the link. They'll be calling in either this hour or next hour. I told them they might want to wait till the second hour since there are 3 of them. So that way we have enough time for all of them.
okay, sounds good. So we'll just make it as and as far as that's concerned, I don't know if you want a card or do you want a reading for me while we wait. If you want,
Sure.
if you want to, if you don't want to, then it's fine. So we're just gonna start with you for now to see what Spirit has to say with these beautiful alien cards. So what does Tessa need to know? Everything that we talked about. What does the beautiful cards have to say? So the first card is look at that beautiful card, the moon for you. I don't know if you can see that. It has a little glare to it. It's got
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
moon
cool.
and then it's got the moon. So what I would say is what I'm getting for you is that you have to start going with the cycles of the moon, get in tune with the moon. If you have to sit Indian style to get away from things, if you're feeling like isolated or you feel like there's a lot of stuff inside the house that you're dealing with outside of your personal life. They're telling me to tell you to go and get in tune with the stars and start cleansing your stones or anything that you have to do, like moon water. Look at the phases of the moon. So they're telling me for you to get in tune with the moon side and also to get in tune with the stars and the sun. That's what I got for you. Those two cards I got for you. So that's what I was told for you to get in tune with the moon and the star and all the above. And also they're saying to keep paying attention on the sky because there's not just going to be thank you for the messages provided um that there's going to be strange colors in the sky, not aliens. It's more like I don't know why, but I want to say like rocket. Well, it's not rockets. It's like from the sun. It's gonna come down and it's gonna hit the areas like what you call that shit.
Flares.
Yeah, like I'm seeing like flares coming off the sky that we're gonna be seeing a little bit more of that for some reason. Could that be intertwined
Yeah,
with it or no? Yeah.
I don't know if you know or not, but there's I want to say hole, but it's not a hole. It's like a sunspot, but this sunspot is the biggest one that's ever been seen, and you could fit like I think they said 69 Earths in this spot. Um, and where did that go? That went flying towards us. So that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, and but that is crazy because you just I don't know. I just find that very strange that, with everything going on, it's like I don't know. It really makes me wonder that outside of that, I really paid attention to much paranormal stuff. I have kind of. Um, I think there's gonna be a lot of more activity due to okay, that's kind of interesting. To the radiation in the atmosphere. And I think a lot of EMFs and like electrical waves, okay, whatever the hell that is, electrical waves are gonna cause a lot of disturbance in the sky. We're gonna see strange particles and stuff like that are gonna be coming down. Um, but that's what I'm getting with that. So there's gonna be a lot of weird solar flares. There's gonna be like comics might even come and hit certain parts of the world. I think they'll dissipate as they start touching the ground, but depending on how the speed is going, if it's like real fast, there will be impact and damage on like crops or any like out in the country, or if hopefully it rain, wherever these guys land. That if it's dry, it's gonna cause a lot of fires. Which that's funny. I mentioned that California has a lot of fires. Could that be a connection to what I said? I want to say yeah. There's
Totally,
just no.
yeah, totally. It reminds me of Hawaii all over again. And wildfires, well, it's not burning in the bush, it's burning in the city, and it's burning up the houses, not the trees and bushes around the houses. And there was one where it was like a whole neighborhood, and the only house that was left was a blue house. Um, but you were talking about like not being able to leave and kind of being like stuck in home and not having any freedom or whatnot. That's kind of what these smart cities are. You live in a building, you don't have to go anywhere because the store, the gym, everything is inside your building. Like, I wouldn't want to live in that.
I know.
Supposedly a slave of the future.
Yeah, I just think that some of us, I don't know if we're gonna see it. Um, some of us might live to see it, we survive, and I do feel that if everything does corrupt, my advice to you, not to give everybody anxiety, but if you have the person that you love and we're coming to the end of the world, God is coming. We just don't know when. But according to what I'm feeling and sensing, he's closer than what we think. So I think if we survive it, be a big miracle. But I think some of us are gonna go. We're not gonna be here. And then the ones that are left behind, they'll probably be on the ground. If there's no water flow, I don't think they'll be, unless if they're like the underground is really to where external where there's no water flow that can go underneath the underground cities, they might
Hmm.
survive it. The only way they won't is that if the ground cracks and earthquakes, and then all that water just drowns them underneath there. But just the thought of that, I could never see that happen. But the way things are going, you just never really know what we're coming into. Because yeah, it's kind of scary, and everything you
Yeah.
said is scary too. So, but I think if people don't pay attention, then they got to start opening their eyes because we're getting signs that he's closer than what we think.
Yeah. And I don't know. I do believe in Project Blue Book or Blue Beam, whatever the hell they're calling it. But I don't think this is what all these alien and UFO sightings are. Um, and it's scary because I don't think we should be afraid of them. I think we should be afraid of something that may happen, because they always tend to be interested in like military facilities and nuclear places, nuclear powered places, places that have nukes, that carry nukes. It's like, are we on the cusp of nuclear warfare? Like, what the heck is happening? A bunch of craziness out there.
Yeah, it is, and it's sad. I just, I think people just need to start paying attention. I seriously do. Um, and I hope to God that they don't take TikTok off because that's where our information is coming from. We got till April to do for someone to buy it. Um,
Somebody
Otherwise,
did.
oh, did?
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
No.
So that day that it shut down, it was to switch over the servers. And supposedly the person that bought it is Zuckerberg.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
But he already owns
Yep.
Facebook. Why would he want that?
He owns Facebook. What else does he own? Instagram. No,
Wow.
TikTok.
No, there's a cat. There's a catch there then because okay, I didn't know that. But maybe later on, can you send me how you found out that? Because I didn't know. I did not know that. Would that be on TikTok or is that on Facebook somewhere?
I bet you could find it on TikTok, but yeah, I think it was during his inauguration speech or something, because like Joe Rogan, uh, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Jeffrey Bezos, all these crazy people that generally aren't at inaugurations are there at inaugurations. And at one point, he was talking about TikTok and how somebody might buy that off, and he like pointed his hand over to Zuckerberg, and you could hear Zuckerberg respond to him. And then they did the shut off to do the server switch. And then, yeah, that's been the word. But yeah, I'll try to find it and send it to you.
Yeah, I
But
would love to because I love to do that research. And it's funny that you said that too because I've had this friend named Kim. I've known her for a long time on Facebook. She's on Messenger, but she's like in the darkness. She don't like to reveal herself. Because she knows a lot of classified stuff. We've talked about this about all these people that have to wear a mask, like Princess Diana. She's not dead. Robin Williams is not dead. Michael Jackson is not dead, and there's many, many others that they're up here walking among us and they're wearing a mask. There is stories that Donald Trump's wife is Princess Diana under a mask. Could that be true with all this robot stuff? Could be. It could be. We don't know. And the way you look at it, I mean, I don't mean I look at her that way, but the way she looks thin, that Princess Diana
mhm.
was thin. She wasn't chunky. Because I researched all that and I'm thinking, unless I find a pattern like maybe she walks like Princess Diana, but she tries to cover herself up, being the person of supposedly Russia. Um, but I think that there's something. Yeah, I think a lot of them are gonna come out. Like John F. Kennedy, I think one of the juniors is coming out too. So when I heard about that, I was like, "What's going on? Like, is there something we're missing?" Personally, I want to say yes, but then again, nobody listens.
There's a lot we're missing. And when you were talking about all these movies, like Pentagon has been in control of Hollywood since Hollywood began, since all these movies started coming out. It's like a different version of propaganda. And it's kind of like they're telling you what they're doing and they show you like years later. Like they're 100 years more advanced than we have any knowledge of. They've been working on this stuff forever and keeping it from us. But yeah, Hollywood behind all that stuff. Just look at the Left Behind by the Obamas. They're the ones that made that movie and produced it and everything. And now, I don't know if you watched it, but the airplanes crashing, falling from the sky, and the cell service going down, and all these propaganda. Like there's so many things on the flyers and different things like that are happening, that are being shown. Like one of the flyers was from China, I believe it was. I can't remember what the other one was from. But stuff that, like you said, gives you the goosebumps, gives you the heebie-jeebies. And planes are disappearing. Did you hear about the one in Alaska that disappeared?
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
It was going from somewhere to Nome, and it wasn't very far, but it disappeared. And they were trying to figure out where that went. But there's so many that they're not telling us about, because, like you said, there's 3 of them that we know about. There's lots more, supposedly, according to the people, that has happened.
Yeah, and it's so weird about that helicopter. I'm just wondering, like, were those really dummies? And you know what really throws me off? If there was people and they knew that they didn't want to hurt them, would they sacrifice themselves and die with the freaking plane? You know what I would have done if they said, well, if you were the bad person, I would have controlled the helicopter as much as I can, as close as I can to the plane, and then would have jumped off and I would have looked for water, because the first thing you're going to do is hit the water, depending on how high you are. Now, if you're way up here, you're going to die instantly, because once you jump off that helicopter, it's all that pressure, and because you're going to go, because knowing how high you are, if you're not that high, you probably just go like underwater for a few feet, and then you're going to be able to come up for air. But if they were assigned to do something and to fake their death, they can really just jump off into the water. That would be the most safest place if they know how to swim. Now, if they don't, they get to jump on land, but if they don't have a parachute, they're going to fall and die. So that's a thought that came to my mind too, that, would they die? Suicide and sacrifice their military service?
Well, sometimes they don't even know, The government knows, but sometimes the people that are put in harm's way or, taken out don't even know what the plan is,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the recording that the tower got from, I believe it was the one that crashed into, it was the one that crashed into the helicopter. First you could hear the pilots talking, and then the tower kept calling them, and then finally they got an answer again, but this time it was a man with what do you call it? The way he talks, I can't think of it. Like maybe he was from the Middle East or something. That's the way his speech was.
What?
And you could hear him say something back to the tower, and then you could hear him in the background saying something about, he said something, and then you're effing with the wrong people. But it was the same voice that would come on the second time from the tower. So it sounds like it could have, it sounds like it could have been one of those dillies. And also, like, how many Black Hawks did we leave over there when we left? You think maybe they've learned how to fly those by now? There's all kinds of stuff and that gives me goosebumps, but all kinds of stuff that's happening that it could be all these other things that we've left behind for other people to pick up and attack us with. There's so many
That's a
different things
thought.
that can happen.
That is an interesting thought that you said. I might want to look into it maybe like after the show and look into, different theories and stuff because it's just remote control helicopter. That's just like when you think about it and you want it to sink in, it makes you sit there and wonder wow. It's just the thought of it just tapping into that with what we know, there is no such thing that a helicopter cannot fly without a pilot, but with their technology and the creators that make these things,
Oh,
they could
looks
have
like
taken
Amy
an
Adams on
experiment.
there.
They could have done an experiment. And hi, Amy. Oh my God.
Hi
Oh,
guys.
hi, Google Maps.
Green.
Oh boy.
So,
Hi
so,
Chris.
so, I was gonna ask you a
Hi
question.
Tessa.
How long
You're
have you
gonna
been
ask me a
listening?
question.
So, how long have you been listening to the show, and what drew your attention to come on? Did you want a reading? Did you want like a card?
Um
Like, what is it
well
that?
I've been it wasn't starting on Facebook for some reason, so I had to go um to your page and hit play and then it played, but the Facebook Live wasn't working. And
Oh, okay.
then so I've been listening to it since the beginning of the show. Let me see if I can't get on better. And yeah, just listening to you guys talk, and I finally was able to get on.
So, what is your theory about everything? Did you like what we said about the helicopter? What is
Oh
it that really
boy.
got your attention?
What is it that got my attention
Wh-
is that I think, yeah, there's going to be a lot more we're not, that we're not alerted to and that we haven't seen yet.
There you go. There you go. I'm just telling
The
you.
tip of
I
the
can have
iceberg.
my whole. I can tell you that the whole team of my friends can come on here and we can talk for freaking hours. And Amy's known me for a long time. She knows I don't bullshit. Um, I've known her for 6 years. I don't know if I've known you about the same time as Tess or who knows what, but we have said so many freaking things, and it's just everything's coming to pass. Like that dream about. I think I told you Tessa about that dream when. Um, I think I told Amy too. There was this dream that we were all captured out in the woods, and like when I looked over the fence, there was nothing but woods. We were like out in the camp, like campfires, right? So there was a lot of people that were looking at me, and then I'm looking and they're like, "Chris, what are you trying to do?" I said, "I'm trying to get the fuck out of here." So what I did, I looked up and it was brick, right? So I climbed up all the way to the top, and I had a rope. Don't ask me where that rope came. I guess it just appeared. And they're like, "Wait for me." And I said, "I'll come back." Little did I found out that I didn't come back. Well, get this. So I'm climbing up. I'm at the very top, and it's like this. It's like first it goes like this, and then it goes like this. I'm looking, and I can't see the people anymore because I'm already like way to where I can't look down. Because if not, I can just slide fall because it's nothing but brick. But when I reach to the top, I'm looking like I'm like this is brick, but this is glass. It's tinted black, and I'm all like. In my thoughts, I'm like, this is freaking weird. And I thought, oh shit, what if I touch it too much? So I was climbing. I went on the other side, and there was lucky enough there was something to come down. So in front of the building, I'm in the front. I can't see the people anymore in the back. I'm looking at the freaking building, and it's all like straight up. And I'm looking at it's like tinted black, and I'm all like what? I was like puzzled, but I was so like freaking out about it. And what got me, I said, no, it can't be. So I go into the doors like a freaking hospital. And then it closes. And then another door. Another door. And I'm in the freaking building this time. I'm in the building. And I'm looking around like, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. There was just a desk, not even a computer. Like, when you go to assist you, oh, can I help you? No, there was nobody there. Not even a desktop. There was no laptop, nothing. And I'm looking around like, damn, this is like echo, and the AC was on. There's nobody there. I went further down. On the side it said men, women. But in the dream I was like, because you would think you would be exploring. So I just walked around, and in the middle of the freaking hallway was a black car. And I'm looking at the car like, and I'm looking at the doors like, how the hell did this car get in this freaking building? And I'm all like trying to mess with it, trying to lock it. That shit was secure. Then out of nowhere, Amy gonna laugh at this one. Tall guy with glasses, tinted glasses, tie, tuxedo, and they said, "Oh shit, he got out!" And I'm all like what? Like all these people just came out of nowhere, and it wasn't just two; it was like several. I wouldn't say like 5 of them. So I ran all around the freaking lobby. I mean, it was huge, but they kept going out, and I noticed something very strange. They were chasing me. They couldn't even grab me. I must have been like running like fast because I was paranoid. Because I'm like, where the fuck am I at? So I walk out the double door. Whoop. They came out to the double door. Whoop. I opened the double door, went to the freaking driveway. Guess what? They didn't come outside. So when I turned around, the building was gone. The freaking building was on. It was just a empty parking lot, and I'm all like, where the fuck did that building go? And then I thought, oh my god, this is probably a military building that people were captured for opening their freaking mouths. And once you cross the driveway, that's another dimension. But I've heard stories that people have seen these freaking buildings. Even Amy has sent me pictures way back then. And I told Amy, I said, oh my god, you're scaring the shit out of me. She's like, why? I said, that's what the fucking building I saw. She was like, are you serious? I said, no, I'm not joking. It looked like straight up, and it had like a weird, it almost looked like Frost Bank, but it's not. It just had a weird shape. And I've looked on different states. They have different buildings like that, but there's a few, I believe in a few states. I don't remember. Amy, do you remember what states those were when we looked those up in those buildings when I talked about this dream? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
I can look it up real quick. That's I was saying that's why you call me Google Maps.
Wait, you know who gave her that name when she's on researching it? Guess who gave her that name?
The one and only Psychic Chris Garcia.
No, just not me. Miss Brittany Carstrom looked her up and gave her that freaking name, and we're like, you're gonna be our Google Maps because you're like our chat Google Map research person. And so she's Brittany's putting LOL. But like I said, there is so many things, and I don't know if you can share that with. I don't know if Tessa can do that. Is it a
Yeah, there's a thing on here at the bottom that says present. And you can go on there and share like any page you have up on your computer or whatever you're calling in from.
If you want to say hi to Google Maps, you can come on and say hi to her. Come on. I sent you the guys a link. Oh, Brittany Garcia, excuse me. So if you want to come on for a little bit, maybe you can. Tessa don't mind. But the only thing is that I think, I don't know when we go on commercial break. I'll let
We have
Tessa
another
decide.
5 minutes.
Okay, we'll go on a commercial break and
All
then we
right.
can get
And then
started.
maybe you can give me a reading as I'm looking for this.
Okay, yeah, we can do that after I don't know if we got in time, or we
Okay,
can
I'm
just
looking for it.
we can leave the readings right after this. I could say, I don't like Tessa. After this commercial break, we'll be back.
Don't go anywhere. We know where you live.
Right? Did you find it, Amy?
Hold on.
So while you're doing it, Amy, what did you want me to get to? Any
Oh,
questions, or did you just want to see what comes up?
I have a question about 551. I've been seeing 551, the time 551. If I'm up in the morning around that time, I'll see it. If in the afternoon, almost every day I see it. My son was even born at 5:51 a.m. I'm wondering, is it something? Does 551 go before my son was born, and that's why he was born at 5:51, or is it because he was born at 5:51 that that um that I'm seeing 5:51? I guess that it has ties to him, or does it?
Okay, for
Or
some
is it
reason,
something else?
I want to say it's both, but the word that I get with him is he's universal. I usually use that phrase when there's blood type, but in this case, he's not from this existence. Now, is it connected? Yes. You'll probably be seeing a lot more numbers, so it's kind of like, I almost want to say like he's reaching out telepathic to you. I can't even talk. It's like something's telling me shut up. Telepathic to you because you have that connection with him. He might not verbally say it, but I'm being told telepathic. He's trying to reach out to you. Doesn't mean he's in danger. I just feel like he's trying to discover who he is, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? And keep in mind when you add 551, what is it that you get together?
11.
There you go, manifestation. So when you created him, you created your intent that with intent, and you manifested him. And to me, with 1-1, a lot of people, that is a very strong number. When people see 11-11, there's a big connection with him, and I feel that you're going to discover more about him than what you realize. And to me, I don't know what he does, but I'm being told he's very, very intelligent with computers, very intelligent with technology, knowing that we're talking about that. And he hasn't really explored his talents in that field that I'm getting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Tessa wants to intervene with that, but I'm getting more high tech, very intelligent person, not from this existence, even though he's here to do his work and his job. Like, we all have a mission, and I feel like he has a bigger purpose than what you realize. And I also want to say he's wanted too, by the way.
Wanted?
Mm-hmm.
Like how?
You really gonna ask that question after the dreams that I had, and then the dream that when I first met you? You can really freaking ask me that?
Well, I don't know what you mean by it.
Mm-hmm. Men in black, men in black, men in black, men in black.
really tall albino guys.
And it's funny because when I did the reading for him, the Five of Swords came out, the Six of Swords came out. So you have the sword. Wait, didn't show that freaking card. You know how it's got all the swords, and he's reading cards. And then this one, the kid, I kind of get like he's a twin of a twin. Like he's two persons, two people in one being. Okay, by any chance, I don't know what his zodiac sign, but why do I get Gemini or twins?
Oh, no. He's not a
When
Gemini.
well, then he's got two sides to him. It's not like a bad thing. It's more of something that he has to figure, just discover himself. Like I feel like he feels out of place. It's
He
what I get.
does.
Yeah. And see, and I didn't know him because we never talked about your son. So that just
No.
telling me that he feels like he's just not. You might want to talk to him because there's a lot of people that come from this planet, and this is way back then, even before at the end of time. What I'm getting is that he might have a connection. Hold on. I haven't talked about this in years, but I'm getting Atlantis. Wow. See, it's funny because I was in that time frame in Atlantis. I was a high priestess. I was actually female in that time frame. And by the way, I wore scarves in that time frame too. And a lot of people from Atlantis, they were very, very in tuned to know, and they were very gifted. People have different different gifts in that field, and that kind of goes with the crystal skulls because I haven't talked about that in years too. Um, a lot of them are guardians of the skulls, and even during the Atlantis times, there was times that they saw spaceships. But at that time, they kind of telepathically talked to a spaceship without even having see an alien. So we had a frequency to talk to them, like we're linked to them. Okay. As a matter of fact, there's some theories about Atlantis being under the freaking water, but do I believe that? No, I don't think they're underwater. It's just that's what we were told. So I really feel that he comes from that time frame, and almost, you know what it reminds me of?
Hmm.
Wasn't there an Indiana Jones with something, a temple of something?
He had a crystal um, Temple of Doom. He had something about the crystal skulls. I'm not sure if it's the same one.
Was it Temple of Doom with I forgot his name.
Temple of Doom
Harrison,
was
was it
about the
Harrison?
stones.
Was it Harrison Ford?
Yes. I can't find that building. It's all different now.
Yeah, they don't want you
I
to
was
find
about to
it because
say, like, when people catch on to stuff, they'll take it offline very
yeah, they'll
quick.
take
Yeah.
it off right when you're talking about it. How much you want to bet? And that once we finish the show, how much
Hmm.
you want to bet it's gonna pop up on your freaking Google? They're on to us, and that's one thing I've always known that it don't care if it's on Lynn's show, it don't care if it's on Tessa's show, it doesn't care if it's on any show. When we hit target words on their
Hmm.
end, there's one person that has all these computers. When there's something triggered, they're like, "Oh shit, they said something," so and they take it off the internet like it's not even there. You look later, okay, I'll look back. I looked for it, but it didn't show up. So on their end, there's like a beep, 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 beep. Chris and Tessa, beep, 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 talking about the planes. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, Google Maps, Amy. Beep, 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 beep. She's talking about the plane, about the buildings. So we're already hitting beeping sounds already. So we're under radar as we speak, even though we cannot physically see them, but they're there, and they're just like, Chris, what else are you gonna say? Tessa, are you gonna say anything else? Amy, are you gonna say anything else? And we're just gonna be innocent. We're gonna be like this.
No, not gonna say
Gotta
nothing.
go to her.
Tessa's like, I'm not saying a word.
We gotta head over to the music break.
Okay.
All right.
And you stay there so we can get that reading.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right, boys and girls. So we're gonna head to our first music break. On this music break, we have Miss McKaylin Hay with Nothing But Blood, Devil You Know, Close, Collapse, and then we have Mr. Fred Johnson III with Sugar. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
There's too much sky, too blue, too white. The birds on the wire are singing, but I don't know why. Why aren't the roses hanging their heads? They're standing straight up, blooming instead. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Why does that guy have a smile on his face? Why is the sun even shining today? Why are the headlines talking about love? Don't they all know what happened to us? Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. Now that we're apart, there's nothing. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Your troubled heart bleeds like a river. It's rushing towards fields painted greener. It doesn't see the demons behind, praying you getting close to the line, so they can get their hands on love and trade it off for silver. The curtain's nice, but what it hides is worse than sticks and stones. Before you climb know. Better the devil, you know. Better the devil, you know. Your nervous spine is crawling with shivers. You're standing right in the eye of a prison. You're inches from a shelter, so near to warmth of a home in a chandelier, shining down its light on love, wishing you'd be closer. The curtain's nice, but what it hides is worse than sticks and stones. Before you climb the fence tonight, look through the microscope. Better the devil you know. 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 Before you climb the fence tonight, look through the microscope. Better the devil you know. 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 Saw you for the first time in a while, in a while. You seemed so surprised I worked out a smile, Cause I've grown and I've changed, yeah we went separate ways. How come we're both back here? Cause you pushed me away, left my life rearranged, but still we're both back here. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you want me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. You know how to make me lose all control. I should know when I need to let myself go. So let's go. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same person anymore. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. Where'd you go? You're running away. I know that it ain't easy. I see you're losing your mind. You're pushing away. Yeah, it's a mistake. Yeah, it's a making me check my phone to see if you called. I know I'll get nothing at all. I carry the weight of both you and me. I'm starting to break. I wish you could see what you're doing to me. What you do? Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slap. When we always collapse. When we always collapse. Throw me off of my game again. Never thought I would bend. You're making me soft. I'm starting to slip. You don't give a shit. It's starting to hurt. I can't keep my grip. Yeah. Oh, I can see the end begin. I can see. Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slap. Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slap. When we always collapse. Oh, I can see the end begin. When we always collapse. Oh, I can see the end begin.
Waiting here on this cold, lonely night without you. The tension's overbearing. Wondering, are you coming back home again? To inspire fondness with love. Where did our love go wrong? My sugar. Why did I make you cry? Whispers flow through my mind when I think about you. That warm feeling in me. My heart sings a sad song and just melts away. Please look into my eyes. My sugar. until the sun doesn't shine anymore. I'll be there. When time is a memory, I'll know this love. You will always be the one, my sugar. The feeling is so strong. Waiting here on this cold, lonely night without you. Where did our love go wrong, my sugar?
Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia, and we're also joined by Amy Anna, and then we also have Miss Yvette on with us. Welcome back, guys.
Hi. Yeah, I was jumping out to the music. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that we did discuss, and Amy, that was right on the money about that picture. I know that you said we shouldn't talk about it, but you know how I am. I just blurt it out. I'm the one that, out of all the other people that are intuitive, that I say the truth, and I just feel like everybody needs to know. But that just validates that that's exactly what I saw. So thank you for sharing that on private message. Now, if anybody wants to see that, I don't know if that can be shown on the screen for like a minute, but I'll ask Tessa if she gives you permission to do that. I don't know how that goes, but we'll talk about that. So,
Yeah, for sure. If possible, can we do Yvette's reading?
so how can I help you today?
My son passed away on the 4th, and I'm at a total loss. He had mental health issues, and he succumbed to them. He had a girlfriend who was not good for him. She played with his emotions, led him on,
Yeah.
a whole host of things, and I just want to know that he's okay.
Personally, outside of him being okay, she was a bad person because of him didn't talk. The hangman card just showed up. So basically, she was like the one that kind of just tied him down. He didn't help
Are you
with.
serious? That was the hangman card?
Yes, look at the hangman card. Look at how crazy that looks.
Oh my God!
And
you see that's what he did, was he hung himself.
So there you go. So
Yep.
I think it was too
from
much
that.
for him. I think he just couldn't tolerate being bullied. I think she actually verbally abused him. And physically, I don't know why, but I almost want to feel like I can't breathe, like she choked him. I'm getting like the physical medium part because there's times where I feel like pain. So she choked him, and she did hurt him and that flame. Now, as far as the Ten of Pentacles shows up and he's in peace, he's in a better place. He's with all the other loved ones on the other side. I'm getting like a grandmother, grandpa,
Yeah.
and people that were there with him, that they were waiting for him at the gate. But he didn't see them until because what I see when he hung himself, he saw just black. But then right when he couldn't breathe, because it's weird, and I don't want to bring this up because I know I'll probably bring you tears, but I feel like you need to know.
Actually, you're giving me a little more peace than anything else.
I feel like I get a chair, and he pulled that chair, and he hung himself. He tried to get him stamped, but then he moved the chair. Like, I don't know why, but in my head, right before he did it, he called out to me, Mom, I love you. I can't do this anymore.
My dream, Mom. My daughter dreamed that exact dream. Oh my God. Yeah, there was a picture that someone had sent to or took on his phone and sent to a couple of different people that was supposed to go to his girlfriend. And I don't understand how he could have taken a picture himself. But it was of him hanging under the bridge, 24th Street Bridge in Durango. And he was on his feet were on his skateboard.
His feet were on the ground. His ass was on his skateboard.
Oh, okay. His feet were on the ground, and his ass was on a skateboard. And they said that he was leaning
forward.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm being told that he's the five of pentacles. I mean the five of wands shows up. He tried to fight for his life. He felt like nobody cared, nobody paid attention to him. And for some reason he's telling me, I don't know if it's you or whoever's in the background, don't feel guilty because now you have regret that you should have called him or you talked to him the day before all this happened. It's what I'm being told.
Right.
Okay.
I sent him a text message that was supposed to say that I could help him get home the next morning. I just needed to get my check, and the text said that I can't help you get home. And that's been eating at me.
So basically, I have that you have guilt and you need to let go because it's going to consume you. And even though it seems like it just happened, I'm sorry, I give you my condolences. That is not the way to go. I also feel that he did hear voices. So I'm getting sensitive abilities. And he just couldn't take it no more. He just didn't tell you that. So I get a psychic sensitive. He was... I want to say they diagnosed him with schizophrenic, but there was fucking nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. It's either schizophrenic or ADHD. But there was nothing wrong with him.
With ADHD as a kid. And I've suspected multiple personality with my brother because he would sit in my room and physically beat himself up and tell me that he was punching Randall. And I'm like, you're not going to punch yourself. And he's like, I'm not punching myself. I'm going to punch Randall. And he would always tell me that after he was talking to his girlfriend and they would be fighting on the phone and he'd start punching himself.
That is so crazy. Before we went on break, weren't we talking about Gemini?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I just, oh my God. Hold on. I'm just giving you a moment right now. Just thinking in. We were just talking about twins. Wow, I must have been tapping into you. I must have been tapping into you before we even went on break.
Probably.
I have a brother-in-law who passed away on December 27th of 23. The same type of situation, mental health, and he was a Gemini.
There you go. You remember what I said, Amy? That is so freaking creepy. I must have been tapping into her without even knowing it. And it's so freaking weird. And that just...
They must be right there together.
Yeah.
I told my mom before we came in, Chris did a reading for me last year in April when my Aunt Cheryl passed away.
Who did? Me?
Yes, you did. You read cards for me. And the person that I was around at the time had cards at their house. And they did a reading, and their cards were the exact same thing. So I told my mom, I was like, when you go in here, this is legit. What he's telling you, Mom, it's real.
And that's the things that not many people know about me. But guess what? Um, I'm not talking about what I'm going through. Outside of that, I am here to help. Outside of like we have our own lives.
Right.
I just lost my mom in January. It completes a year on the 19th. So I'm going through pain.
I'm
This is
so
my first
sorry.
year. No, but it's
Right.
fine. It's just opened me up more, and I feel different. I don't feel the freaking same. Uh, there's a lot of others that are watching the show that have been there since this has happened. Amy's one of them. Uh, it's just very intense. And I'm sorry that you just lost them, but I'm being told that they're more at peace. But whatever guilt or remorse or whatever angry you have, or if you had an argument, just know that when they cross over, it's unconditional and they forgive you. Okay, so whatever happened before all this, like months, weeks before, if you guys got into
Uh-huh.
a fight or whatever, he's telling me to tell you to let go. He's in a better place now, and you will see him again when it's your time.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're too hard on yourself. You're too hard on yourself. You need to let go.
You have no clue how hard I've been on myself.
Both of us.
Both of
Well,
us
you know what
have.
you can do after the show? What I would recommend?
Hmm.
Go take a walk in the dark and scream it out. If you want to yell at the
Okay.
freaking moon, the stars, do whatever it takes. You're holding up too much tension, and I can feel
Uh-huh.
pain in the chest right now. I'm getting like
Uh-huh.
like heart pain. So it's not like a heart attack or anything, but it's like you're blocking yourself. You need to cry. And the thing is that the reason why I'm being told to tell you this is that you haven't cried. You've cried a little bit, but not
Yeah,
enough
I've
to
tried a little
release.
bit, but
Not enough.
not what
And
I
I
feel
think,
like I should have cried by now.
yeah. And you know what's funny? Get this. I don't know why. Hold on. Tessa, you haven't seen me in a while. I feel like this is gonna help to connect with the consciousness. I want you to pick what you want, and I want you to listen to the tune. Okay? It might make you cry. It might even help you open up to talk to him in case if you feel like you're not connected. So I'm giving you a choice. And this is going to impact everybody, not just me. Everybody in here, everybody watching. You have a choice. I have two bows, singing bows. I have a third eye, and I just received a crown chakra bow today. Now, if you want to see the colors and whatever color stands out to you, then I can do it by that. Or I'll just pick random what I'm being told, and I want to play it and see how you guys feel afterwards. Because this stuff, when I tried it earlier today, I got tingles on my body. The frequency is beyond anything of this existence. When you talk to, when you use singing bowls, they have a different way of tuning to waves and radio waves and with your whole body. I might not have all the chakra bows, but the main two that I was drawn to for some reason was the third eye, because that has a lot to do with psychic ability and intuition. And I just got the crown chakra today. When I played when I played the singing bowl, it brought tears to my eyes, and I said, "Oh my God, I could be doing healing with this stuff. I can be doing cleansing. I can do to align whatever is being blocked." Now the question is, what is it that you want, or do you just want me just to choose for you?
Oh, choose for me.
If it doesn't sound, hold on, Amy, you might want to mute this because this is beautiful, but you don't have to do it. But if you like the frequency, what I want you guys to do is close your eyes when you hear this, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the crown for some reason. Okay, this is what the crown looks like. Okay, and it's got different colors, even though it's just a crown, but it does go with other chakras. See how beautiful it looks in there? So what you're gonna do is just, what I want you to do is just listen, okay? Here we go. Now, this is too much for everybody that cannot tolerate frequencies. I would advise to mute it if you cannot deal with frequencies. Oh my goodness. Again.
Yeah, it was going, and then it started to sound like beeping into
Because it's a different
the Morse
frequency.
code.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, it's weird. Because look, when I was doing it, what I usually do, I've never done this before. Believe it or not, let's get this. I hit the side, okay?
Mhm.
And what I do with this mallet, I touch the edge as it's vibrating its frequency, and you start noticing this, and the tune gets louder. So what that does, that's the frequency to spread out. It's like a radiation of it. So when you heard what you said, that's not what I hear on my end. But you guys, since you're far
Mhm.
away, you're hearing it different. But that doesn't mean that it's not working. It's just that I think with the crown chakra, for some reason, I was drawn to the third eye, but for the crown for her, I think that it's gonna help her to connect, and it's gonna align the third eye. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that you're gonna have a visit from him very, very soon after this. I want to say within. I want to say, hold on. I want to say, for some reason, I was gonna say 3, but I'm getting 2 days. Don't count today. You're gonna get some kind of message. And if you see bright lights or whatever, and you see like the movie Ghost, like Patrick Swayze, just be aware that you might see him as a silhouette. Don't be afraid of it. Just embrace.
Okay.
And I feel like I needed to do that for you. This is my first session on live, by the way. Thank you, Tessa, for letting me do that. So this is the type of work I'm being pulled to, along with tarot. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. I've never done this before. But I can tell you, I feel like I've done it for years. And I want to get all the chakras, but that third one I'm going to probably get, if I'm being drawn, it's going to be the throat. I think that's going to be very important for people that don't have a voice, people that are afraid to talk, people that are afraid to show the truth, to unblock that, and to spread knowledge to them. And I feel that's going to help a lot of people when I get that throat chakra. Y'all guys can hit me up. If you're not on my Facebook, hit me up. And if you're not on Facebook, you can also find me on TikTok so I can do sessions. I'm doing sessions on TikTok as well. So if you want to find me, hit up Psychic 28 as of right now and send me a message. Don't hit me up and call me or whatever. You can find me on there. And I will be doing sessions on there as well. You know, when I have time to get on TikTok as well. Also, other people, just know that I send a lot of light and love to your family. I'm sorry about your loss. Also, Amy, I don't want to talk about too much about what you're going through, but I feel what I just did for you is going to help you as well within the next few weeks. It's going to help you with healing that you're going to need. And my prayers are with you too.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Did you guys have any more questions?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. If I think of
And
anything
for the
else, I'll
person,
hit him up on his
if you want my
website.
number, my number is on there, but don't call me because it does link to the phone I'm on right now. So if you follow me on TikTok, do not call me. You can text me as I'm doing the show, and we'll talk more
Okay.
offline. So if you want to have more questions, you can reach me.
Okay.
And then we can talk more privately, more about deeper stuff. Because I sometimes leave a lot of stuff that I'm guided to tell, and then the things are just like quiet. That's more for private sessions and
Right.
personal conversations that the audience doesn't need to be aware of for privacy,
Right.
for respect of your family.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good night. I love you guys.
Me too. That singing bowl was insane. I'm speechless, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, when after the show, you should go back and check it out at let's see. Now we're in 30, I would say an hour and 30 minutes until you get to the singing bowl part and see what you hear, because it was pretty interesting. And like you said, you hear something different than we're hearing. But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it's weird because these are singing bowls, and a lot of people use it for yoga, meditation, cleansing, protection. There's a little bit of everything. It's very intense, and for people that are crossing over, I think, like Brittany and others have said, that God's taken a lot of good people. The question is, why is He doing it? I don't question it anymore. I just know that we're all going to go there sometime. It's just, we have assignments here while we're here, and when it's our time, He will come for us too. It's just that it's sad.
It was sad because, yeah, and it's crazy because, like, at that exact bridge, like, 5 other people have done the same thing there. But even since the 1st of January, 5 people in our community have unalived themselves. It's just a really hard year. Like, January was a hard 2 years already, but I don't know. There was a question earlier.
I think with that bridge, I would say that there would have to be a psychic to go under that bridge, because a lot of people did hang themselves there, but I feel like there's a lot of energy that needs to be closed, because I feel like that's a portal, since a lot of people actually get to do it, and I feel like when they cross over, they don't know what they're doing, but the people that are left behind are going to be either seeing spirits roaming near the bridge. There must be something going on that's drawing them to do that. And if it's funny how if it's the same bridge, I almost want to say that something's calling them to do that, and it's not. It's not of a genuine being. It's something else. So I would do some research on that bridge, and if anyone needs to contact me.
Well, I know in that area, back in the day, it used to be an old miners' camp, but before that, it was probably, I guarantee it was native land. And you know how that goes. But yeah, there was a feeling in the family and a question as far as, did somebody help him do this? Because the manner in which he was found and everything was really strange, and some of his things were missing, etc., etc. And just that picture and it being sent to those certain people who were supposed to meet him there, like, why? And from his own phone, that's freaking weird. But I don't know, doing the ghost box and dowsing rods and the connect and stuff like that, like, we got messages from him and he said no, that nobody did it to him, nobody helped him do it. It was just him. But I don't know if you picked up on anything as far as that went.
Honestly, I don't know how this is gonna fall into play. You're still listening. I get the word set up. I don't know how that goes into the bridge. I feel like someone told him to meet him there, and there's other people that have a big influence on why he did it. I would
Said to
investigate
meet him there and what?
To trigger him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just what I'm getting. I would say if they can get the law enforcement involved in that to see if they can do a deeper investigation, because there's more to it. And it's still there.
Seriously.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need clues. They need closure, and they haven't got that closure. Yeah. Along the lines with that, it's just so sad that this year you would think that it would be better, but to me, I feel like it's amplified tenfold, like it's gotten worse. There's a lot of people that
Yeah, we've been doing that every year for a while, and we keep getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Yep, and that is true. And as far as that freaking building.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I was on that conversation, wasn't I? Because I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in here. I don't know if they can put it on the screen. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to do all that stuff.
It should show like a computer-shaped thing with a plus in it that says present. You go into that, and then you choose whichever page it's on. Oh. Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy.
Hi.
So,
nice to see you.
With that, hi.
Chris went invisible.
So I had to put I had the singing bowl to put up for like a minute. But Amy, that is a very that freaking building just that really triggered a memory when you showed that picture, and the fact that I got away and that freaking building just disappeared. There is portals among us, and we're just not fucking seeing them. And I know how you said behind the scenes of when we were on break, you said, well, we shouldn't talk about it. Well, look who you're talking to. I want to talk about it.
I was like, okay. I told him he's going to tell everybody. But this building is in New York. It was designed as the AT&T Long Lines building, and it was used for AT&T's telecommunications, all their headquarters at one time. And this is what the article is saying, not me. But
no windows.
It has no windows. It's built to withstand an atomic bomb. It only has vents at the very top to allow air in. It has 50 floors, but only 29 can be used. It's mainly our equipment, computer equipment. There's been many theories on it and a couple movies on it. In the theories, they call it Titan Point. Instead of the AT&T's Long Lines building, it's also called Titan Point. And in regards to the theories that it was the government eavesdropping on people and intercepting calls, an investigation by a magazine came out and interviewed an ex-employee who confirmed that some of those that the government was using let me see, what was it? It was the National Security Agency's internal agency was said to be intercepting and eavesdropping on calls.
Mhm.
And the government never denied that information or shut them down about it or nothing. And then
Oh my
it's
God.
just silence. And now it's AT&T since moved out of it, but it's still there. People still don't know what's going on in there. There's just rumors afloat about everything about what is going on since it's such an odd building. And if you can bring the picture up, I don't know, it's just such an odd building. I had a dream of it, and that's what got me and Chris talking about it.
Yeah, because I've known her for 6 years, Tess. And the dream how I met her was freaking weird. This dream I'll never forget. It was weird. And this one I still remember like it was yesterday. I remember seeing these tinted vehicles. They looked like a freaking limo. They were tinted, and like there was a bridge, right? And then like there was a fence. Like it wasn't even attached. It was like still standing, but there was nothing like a building around it. It was just a freaking fence. But on the other side of the fence, there was nothing but mechanical stuff, like two big freaking two boxes and all this other crap. It had that little chain so that one of the cars pulls up and try to unlock the lock. And then I remember in the dream I was already there, and I'm seeing like looking around through the mechanical stuff, and then all of a sudden I hear, "Help me! I'm being chased!" And I'm all like, "Who the fuck are you?" And they're like, and then she didn't say her name. She was, Chris, and I'm all like, "What the fuck do you know my name?" She goes, "Don't ask me. People are after me." And I'm like, "What people?" So then I couldn't see them, and I saw the truck, the cars, and again, glasses, tuxedos, and they were walking around the premises with the freaking guns, and they're like, "He's gotta be here. She's gotta be here somewhere. She's gotta be here." And then I said, and then like we got like there was a on the other side there was like a brick wall, and then on the other side there was like all these cars that were crushed up, and then we escaped, and then there was like houses and all these. It was a junkyard, and then like I remember it was further down there was a freaking tank roaming the neighborhood, and I thought, like, why would there be tanks and all these people looking for this one person? And there was a dream test that I had right before I met her. It was right before I met her. It was like I had this dream, and then random I got a message that says, "My name is Amy Anna. Do you have time for a reading?" And I'm all like, "How did you find me?" She goes, "I've been watching you." So she found me, and we read, and I had the dream, and I had her crying. She was like, "That was me that you were talking to."
It
And
was her.
it was her. And I had never had at that time, my gifts were still kind of growing. I didn't know why I was dreaming. And then as time went on, I started noticing that every dream I had wasn't with me. It was about people that I was going to meet. And she was the first encounter that I had. We found out later that she was wanted to by not the FBI, but the men in black because of her history that she has with them. I had been wanted to. I almost got kidnapped at the age of 6 going to school. So I remember that, and it's funny because I blocked that out. But one day, a friend brought it to my knowledge of remembering that I almost got kidnapped by this man. I still don't even know what he looked like. I still remember. I was young, and yeah, he had supposedly said that my family, my mom told him to pick me up, but I never seen him before. Never to family gatherings, and I was like 6 or 7. And my mom said, "Don't talk to strangers," and I never did. But he was able to tell me, well, your grandpa's working in construction, but he can pick you up, so I'm here to pick you up. Come on, get in the car. I got a candy with you, and I'm get in the car. He could have just grabbed me, but I guess he wanted me to earn the trust, and he didn't get it, so he just took off. He took off. I never saw that car again. So I was
Good.
young, but I never told my mom that story. I was so scared that when I got home, my grandma knew something was wrong with me because I didn't talk. But she was good. I was telling her like what happened, and I'm like, I didn't want to talk about it because I knew nothing about Spanish. And I told her, I said, "You think your sister with me?" And I was afraid, but my mom never knew about that story. But now that she's up there in heaven, she's like, "Oh, really? You didn't tell me about that, huh?" So I never tell my mom. Not even at this time when she was way before she passed. I never told her that. So I probably would have scared her if I would have told her. But I'm glad I didn't because it traumatized me, and I think that's why I always still now. Whenever I go out, I always look at like cars behind me. I always watch my back everywhere I go, and I've always felt to this day that I'll look and I'll see somebody looking, and then when I turn my head more around, they just go like pretend like they're not looking at me. But there's only certain people that I've seen in public, so now it's kind of like I still go out, but it's kind of like I'm always watching my back. It's just it's insane. So
Yeah, the world is a scary
scary.
place.
It really
Yeah.
is.
And Amy, I hope you didn't get mad at me sharing that dream with everybody.
Oh, that's okay. You've done it before.
Yeah, but I called you. I call you out all the time, and you call me out. Um, but
I got so
Amy,
much dirt on him, it's not even funny.
yes, I tell her. I say that I'm not allowed to say it this certain way, so I can't say it anymore. But I know shit. There was another
He
thing that I said
does.
too.
No shit.
He finally got over the legal problems he predicted. He's like, oh yeah, you're going to have legal problems. I'm like, no, I don't. And then all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam. Like, shit, he was right.
Yeah. And it was funny because you're like talking about how long we've known each other and stuff. When we were on the way back from our thing today at the park, I was thinking about that, and I was like, it was 2018, so that would be 7 years or almost 7 years at this point.
Damn.
But yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, how long have I known Chris?
It's so weird how people find me, and it makes me question my path. But then everybody says you're still needed here. You have a purpose, even though there's times where I hurt. But I just tell people and just like feel like it's not, there's times when I'm just hurt. But everybody says you still have a job to do. We need you still. And then they say we really need you. So I just hang on for bread, and bread is opening up too. I'm very proud of her. She came a very, very long way. People didn't know her, didn't give her time of day, and she's learning more about herself, that she has a heart alien connection to her. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but she's got a lot of very knowledgeable things that she says randomly. She'll pick up, and I'm just like, holy crap, that's what I was thinking. So she's part of the group, and she's learned a lot, and I even tell Amy if she thinks she's learning a lot, and he's like, yeah, she's come a very long way. Very long way. But we're all growing and still learning more about each other each day. And
And you will
so,
till you're all old in your diapers in your rocking chair.
yes.
And she slaps you with the fly swatter.
Yeah, but that's the thing, how we got Google Map. But I always used to sing this song, my friend Lynn showed, and she's like, because I was on break. I don't know. Have you ever seen Eddie and the Cruisers, Tess?
What is it?
Eddie and the Cruisers.
I think so. It sounds familiar. What's one of the songs?
On the Dark Side.
Huh?
But there's this song that goes on the dark side. But there's this song that goes
on the
Betty
dark side.
Got a new got a new pair of shoes. Betty Sue's got a new pair of shoes. Something like that. But I changed it. And I said, Amy's got a new pair of shoes. Amy's got a new pair of shoes.
So we all have our
So I
names.
guess we all have nicknames. They haven't got me a name from me yet. But I call her Google Maps. I don't know what I should call myself. Maybe Psychic the Paranormal? I don't know. But we all have nicknames for it. I don't even have a name for Brittany, but I think as time goes on, they're gonna get a name for me eventually.
Right.
They're gonna get back at me.
You just
right, Amy?
wait.
Y'all gonna get back at me?
Oh yeah,
right?
We'll
That's exactly what
get you.
You're gonna give me a name, Amy? All you guys are gonna give me a name?
Yeah. I'm thinking something starts with an M. Look at his face.
You know what I was gonna say? So, by the way, Tess, oh my God, you're gonna be so proud of me. I got some news for you. Whoever wants to join me, we can do this together. Just keep PMing me. After the 14th of Valentine's, no soda, no candy until Easter. I'm giving up all that. I'm on a fasting. So I'm eating all the candy, all the chocolate. As of now, I'm only drinking a soda a day. I used to drink 2 a day. Now I'm 1 a day.
And he's still getting headaches.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm drinking Sprite because I'm trying to get away from Dr. Pepper because all that caffeine, and I get like oh my God, Tess, the freaking headaches I'm getting, the bad. And Amy's like, you're getting the withdrawal? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to change my diet. And I do have a window. I eat at 6 o'clock. Anything after 6 o'clock, I don't eat. I have to eat exactly either before or exactly at 6. And now, honestly, since I've been on this crazy thing where I'm drinking soda, I'm noticing that I'm losing weight because I thought that when I drink soda, I was chunky. But if you look at my face, I'm
They're
losing
saying
weight.
like you can gain 10 pounds per year if you drink a soda a day. So you were doing 2, so that would be 20 pounds a year. But who knows if the sugar content or whatever went up and if it's more weight than that even. But yeah, it really makes a big difference.
You know what the worst is, Tess? Hold on. Mountain Dew is at the very top of that list of the intake. The second worst is Coca-Cola, and it just after that it works its way down. Because Amy did all the research for us, and I said, Amy, what is the intake on the sodas? And she said, oh my God, Chris, the fucking Mountain Dew is the worst, and Coca-Cola is the second, right? So then I told her because I love Nutty Bars. Oh my God, my chocolate. Anyways, the intake on the chocolates, on those little freaking things, are outrageous. And I said, damn it, Amy. I said, I gotta cut down on that. She goes, yeah, you do, because it's bad for you. I didn't know. I don't know if Amy can do it, but a lot of research on the Nutty Bars. How much candy or calories does it have, Amy?
Oh, it had, hold on.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not going to take as long as last time. How many calories are in a Nutty Bar?
I know, I was putting my ears and going la la la, so I can't hear it.
She's like, I don't want to hear it. Because you know what? I grew up with Nutty Bars. So when she told me
Nutty Bars, that's not Nutty.
I know. And guess who else liked Nutty Bars? Brittany.
312 calories.
You hear that, Tess?
So
soda. I don't hear nothing.
So soda has 170. This has 312.
So it has more than sodas do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shaggies, we gotta go to our second music break.
All right then. Thank you, Amy, for doing it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Chris. All right, so on this music break, we have the lovely and talented Miss Michaela Moore. And she's from Ontario, Canada. She's going to be singing Pins and Needles, Mirror, and Gravity. Then we have Mr. Fred Johnson, the Thoid, from Canyon County, California. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Talking on pins and needles, every word through a microscope. You keep stomping down on the ground while I've been stuck on this tightrope. I just wanna say what I wanna say without your sentence. I'm not willing to do the time when I'm innocent, and I'm innocent. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. Walked on my share of thin ice with your blowtorch at my feet. You won't ever see me beg, so take this tongue off your leash. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, don't need permission. Interpret it how you want, it's my decision. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. Dancing on shattered glass, kicking the pieces all around. My safety has been broken, this is now a hunting ground. Talking on pins and needles. Talking on pins and needles. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, hang it up, hang it up. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, done, done. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna hang it up, talking down. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, talking down. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, talking down. I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up, I'm gonna hang it up. Touch and go, went a little far. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep my shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar. I've been digging through the pieces pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. Try to erase the ink that's left upon my chest. I'll attest, I don't really want to forget you taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep your shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. You taught me how to turn a blind eye. I showed you how to keep a shoulder cold. No one walked away without a scar. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. I've been digging through the pieces. Your heart is out of reach, but objects may seem nearer through this rippled mirror. Signs leave behind for you to find, hoping that you'll notice. Lights and purple skies were like satellites moving into focus. Into focus. Into focus. Into focus. Silent, drifting all alone, killing time and counting stars, waiting for the moment we collide. I feel you pull me closer, you got me burning up, you got a hold on me. I feel you pull me closer, you got me burning up, you're my gravity. Shining in the dark, we chase the spark, search until we find it. We were worlds apart, now connecting hearts. They look up to find us. Look up to find us. Look up to find us. Silent, drifting all alone, killing time and counting stars, waiting for the moment stars, waiting for the moment we after you pull me closer, you got me burning up, you got a hold on me. After you pull me closer, you got me burning up, your mind, my gravity. After you pull me closer, you got me burning up, you got a hold on me. After you pull me closer, you got me burning up, your mind, my gravity.
My driver pulls up in my limousine, ready to take me anywhere I want to be. I said, I want to go. Take me to a college scene. I'd like to go and dance, have drinks, and hunt the perfect day. Yeah. Living at the door, I search lonely to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, after dark. I gave her face because she had the ring. I knew she was the one that never could go home again. Plastic life and limo seats. I don't know why I can't control this urge to hurt again. Yeah. Living at the door, I search lonely to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Chasing in the sky, I got forever after. No matter what I say, after dark. Feeling meant to be and feel. In hiding place, with days of December. Concerning works, furnished in the manage. It doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. No matter what I say, after dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, change in the sky, all that forever after. It doesn't matter what I say. Food and fatal, lacking the hit of conscience. No matter what I say, after dark.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia on. Welcome back, Chris, and thanks so much for hanging out with us.
You're very welcome. It's a beautiful night. I haven't even seen the moon, but I'll probably need to go outside, after everything's done and just get in tune with nature. I usually like
And really
doing
bright.
fire. Yeah, so it's very, very, very interesting. I think we hit a lot of major targets, a lot of triggers, a lot of phrases, a lot of triggered words. I just don't know. I just feel like they've been listening for quite some time, and no matter if Amy says, "Well, we shouldn't talk about it," they know about us already, so you can't hide your face no more. You
Oh
can't hide
yeah.
no more, Amy.
And everything you
No.
talk about on Facebook or Instagram, even Messenger, whatever. WhatsApp, I think he owns that too. What the crack? They know what you're talking about.
Yep. They say, "Ooh, Amy, we know what you're about. We done some research about you. We went after you from the back of time." But
Probably.
but
Hi,
Hey,
Brittany.
oh my
hi.
goodness,
It's Miss
I'm gonna.
Garcia.
Yeah.
Or Mrs.
So what
Sorry.
did you? What is it that you want to bring to your attention, maybe, that you were listening to the whole show? What is it that I always ask everybody, like, what is it that kind of like said, I said that, or I felt that? What is it that really got you since you've been listening to the show? I asked Amy, so it's my turn to ask you.
I guess everything.
Anything in particular?
Mm,
Anything in particular?
not really, but I was thinking when I was watching the show, but it's a different subject. But
What is the subject? What is
but
the
you
subject?
remember that dream I had that one night of the
Oh yeah.
meteor
Oh, the
and
meter. That's right. You can tell Tessa. Tell her what you saw, babe.
uh the meteor. Well, there's two. The big one hit, and then like fire was starting to come. And I don't know where I was. I think I might have been outside, and I heard people screaming. I didn't see the people, but I heard them screaming.
Wow.
And then it made me think that a couple times the meteors have came close to Earth, but not like they missed Earth, but came close.
That's weird. That we were just talking about that too, Jess.
Did you hear about
That's
that
what
most
I'm telling
recent
you.
one? I think they were talking about it within the last week. But, it's an asteroid, and when they were first talking about it, which was months ago, they had a trajectory for it, but the scientists are saying it's a lot closer than they thought it was going to be, and it can be a problem.
Oh wow.
So that's scary too. So I wonder if that's the asteroid you're talking about, like meteors, asteroids. Like I get confused between the two too, but I think it's an asteroid until it enters the what's it called? I want to say environment, but
The
I
other
can't think
thing
of
that I
the word.
want to talk about
And
that
then,
we did not touch on is the weather. For me, February in Texas has been just tremendously off. During the day we're in the 80s. We're down in the 60s at night, which is kind of cool for February. But they said there's supposed to be another cold front. But I was thinking, like, how are we supposed to get another cold front when this type of weather is supposed to be happening in maybe April, May, July, August time frame, and we're already getting hot. So I think our friend Dorothy, which I don't know, she didn't really talk very much, but we did talk about this in a number of chats that we talked about that the weather is being manipulated by man-made. Um, there has never been proof of that, but there's always been theories about that too, of changing weather for people to get sick and the population to, I guess, to die or something, of that nature. I just feel like the weather is just completely off. On this side of the United States, I feel like it's just not normal February weather for Texas. Usually we're in
In
like
Colorado.
not like low, yeah, we're like in the 50s, 60s, if anything. But we're going up to like the
Yep.
70s, 80s. Like it's getting hotter. Like I almost want to say like the sun's getting closer. Very strange that I feel that, but that's what it feels like. Now for them,
That makes me wonder if like
Minnesota,
that huge solar flare that we got is warming stuff up too, because this has been going on for a while here, and we got one snow. That was it. We haven't got any snow since, and it's been like I refer to it as an Indian summer because that's the term for it generally, but it reminds me of a thing that was said about the end of the world. The summer will become winter and winter will become summer. So it makes you wonder, are we going through that? Or like you said, the government messing with stuff?
yeah. I actually want to say another thing too, and we can touch that too, where I'm not getting any freaking shot. I'm done. Uh, but the thing is that it's just this weather doesn't seem February to me. Now for Brittany knowing that they're usually cold, that seems normal. Now if they get like knowing how they're getting snow up there, to me, I've never been. I mean, I've been in Minnesota in May, but I would be surprised if they start getting like in the 60s, 70s within the next few weeks. Now, if that is the case, that that would be very unlikely in Minnesota, Wisconsin, because they're usually
You're breaking up again. They're
that the
trying to keep
weather's
you from
different.
telling us.
Yeah, I guess the weather's changing. It's very uncommon for Minnesota or Wisconsin to be really hot like the way we are. That would be more probably in May, June for them. But I think the weather would be tremendously. I would be shocked if they would get the heat wave because they don't get that kind of stuff over there. But that's just something that I feel that if you guys get that weather like what we get over here, that would be a shock to the freaking system because y'all just don't have the type of weather until like May, June time frame.
We barely got 3 inches of snow, finally, for the first time this year.
Wow.
And
And
that
where's
usually
that?
happens in Minnesota.
Wow.
And that usually happens, like they said, in October, end of October.
You haven't
And
snowed in Florida?
Texas and Louisiana.
I know. What's happening?
Hmm.
We got a question
You know
from
what's funny?
somebody.
You know what's funny too? Tomorrow, knowing that it's connected to my ancestors or part of my past in New Orleans, and tell me this is so strange that we're gonna have a Super Bowl in New Orleans, and that's part of my past, by the way.
Do you
But I can
promise?
just
No, I'm
go
just
ahead and
kidding.
tell you that somebody calls me Chris Marie. I wonder who that could be. Anyways,
I got a story for
um,
you later on.
and it's so weird because you know what I just heard, Tess? I don't know. My mom's boyfriend told me, get this. You know they're gonna have high security. Donald Trump. There's been rumors of him going to the Super Bowl, being there. Why would you do that? Why would he be at the Super Bowl?
When you won't even do your inauguration outside, and they're like, "Oh, because it was cold." No, because you were afraid of another sniper trying to get your ass. Like,
Okay,
I can't imagine.
what did he say?
My
What
son
did he
went to
say?
LA a week ago. He's missing. Did he get taken? Sad, I
Oh
think it is, even though
man,
it's spaced out.
honestly, when you because I didn't see the words, but honestly, when you say taken,
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is
And
not a
that's from
kidnapping.
Miss
This is
Cheryl
taken.
Brown.
Taken to me, when I hear taken, it's kind of like a deep secret society of
Or
kidnapping certain
trafficking.
people, or something of that nature. When I heard taken, I just got like a government intake something, and you know what? It's funny because I've heard about this before. It hasn't brought up in years, but recently some people were talking about Stargate. That was back in the freaking 80s, 70s, and that hasn't been brought up in decades. Stargate was a program where people, society, government would take psychic people, but there was a history behind them. A lot of people were getting kidnapped at early age so they could work for that Stargate program.
I'm trying to remember what that was. It called Stargate? I thought it was called something
Yes, it
else.
was. There was Star, and
Okay,
then there was another one. I can't remember. It's
yeah,
been like
there's
so many.
Monarch?
Yeah, I can't think.
Montauk. That's where they do like
Okay, say it
the
Monarch.
again.
weird like,
Yeah.
monarch.
I think it was
Why
Monarch.
does that sound? Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar?
Well, I saw something. I think it was last weekend about us gifted kids. And do you remember when you were a kid and they take you and they tell you they're doing a hearing test, but then it wasn't really a hearing test? And when they said that, like I got memories back, and I'm like, I should do that not past life regression, but a regression period to see if I really did go through something like that.
I remember doing those hearing tests.
Yeah, they take you and not all the kids went. Like, why would
You know
they
what
only
else?
pick certain kids and you're in your own little things? I don't know. It gives me the chills right now.
Oh my god, that just
Yeah, I
triggered. That
remember
did trigger a memory.
did a hearing test.
And they'd only
I
take
remember
you in
that
little
too, and it's
groups
weird.
in that big old
They
trailer,
would take you, and they would.
and it was dark.
Yes, and I
Why
remember
did it have to be dark
they would
for a
have like
hearing
a.
test?
I
Yeah,
don't know
they
if
had
you
to
can
have
hear
the
them.
headphones,
Where's bat?
and what's crazy with the headphones, I remember hearing the headphones, and they said, "Well, beep," and they said one, and then they were like, "Can you hear?" And it was like real, real low, and then I was like, and they're like, "Beep, can you hear it?" Every time you would go like this, or you could say yes, and the lowest tone that they played, I remember hearing it. Oh my god. As you are bringing some old memory that I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
doesn't it? And it's crazy because they played this thing and it was a man's voice and it was calm. Man's voice. And he
There was
said
one,
something.
you know
I
what's,
can't remember
oh
what it
my god,
was.
you're
But he said
triggering.
it and
Oh my god.
they said, that's not a part of the test. This is actually something else. This is that program that they were doing. And that's when everything started flooding back for me. I'm getting goosebumps again, but I'm like, I freaking remember that. So I don't know
Okay,
if I
I don't know why I can see
or
this
what.
in my head. You know how, like, when we're talking about the hearing test, you know what I see? I see like a black thing that's attached. It's a long cord. But tell me why I see this, and I can't explain this. Maybe you guys can fill this out. There's a black cord, but you were in a dark room. You couldn't see the person, and it's like almost like a volume thing. It was black, and the top was almost like Oh my god, this is freaking weird. Damn it, Tessa, you triggered something. Um,
I'm
they
sorry,
had
but
the on the frequency of the volume of like the hearing test. It was the yang and the yang, the black and the white. It was like on top of the like a sticker that was on the volume. Now tell me why the fuck am I seeing that in my head?
hold on.
Why?
Okay, so I
What
found
is
it.
this?
Do you want to see it? I can pull it up really quick if you want to see it, because he's talking
I
about
want to
it and
see
he'll
this
tell
shit.
you.
I want to
Okay,
see
let me
this
pull it
shit.
up really quick.
Oh
Right.
my god, you triggered a childhood memory that I must have blocked out.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna press play on this. You going?
I can't hear him. This
You
is
can't hear it?
freaking weird. No.
I can't hear it either.
That is so freaking weird. She taps into it, and right when we're talking about it, there's no auto technical issue.
A lot of you remembered and totally
now I
had
can hear
a flashback of doing the tests with the hearing, with the headphones on, doing the yarn on the pegboards, and even doing the flashcards to see if you had telepathy or not. But do you also remember eating the pink tablets? Well, those pink tablets were made of erythrosine and other ingredients and magnesium and all that stuff. And now erythrosine is actually banned in 1990 because it affects your pituitary gland. So let me know if you remember these. Thousands of you in my last video remember being pulled out of class as a kid and tested for the gifted and talented program.
Oh my God!
And I gave you deja vu when you heard this.
Weird.
Oh my God! You just
that wasn't it. That was
oh my God!
I remember
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I remember that. You know what? And it's just random. You know what I'm getting from that? We were in 5th or maybe between 5th and 7th grade.
They did it
Where
all
the
my
fuck did that
grades.
shit come from?
Every
No, they
grade I
didn't do
was
that
in.
middle.
I do.
They didn't do
Not
that
in middle
school.
school, but from kindergarten to 6th grade, I was tested.
Yep, me too.
Oh my
In the big
God!
trailers.
So then that means that they selected certain people. They didn't pick everybody.
Yeah, not everybody. And that's what I was saying earlier. They don't take all the kids. They only take certain kids. Why? Like, before I got tinnitus years ago, I had perfect
I was
hearing.
one of them too.
Yeah, now the ringing, it's just crazy. I didn't have hearing problems back then.
You know what they're coming?
They keep taking me in.
You know what I'm thinking, Tess? You know what I'm thinking? That since they picked us, we were the super sensitive children back in the day. Because I was very, like, I don't know, okay, I'm going to see if there's common with everybody in here. When you were growing up, let's go a little bit back. Do you remember, outside of that, like when you would go play? This is what I did as a child. This is how I isolated myself. The kids would be on the swings. People were just on those monkey bars. Okay? And guess what the fuck I was doing?
Picking rocks.
In between two buildings, and I'm just like this.
Yeah, you were by yourself,
I didn't interact with children at the age of 4. I was by myself, yes. And the thing is that, why would a 5-year-old be looking at everybody else and not interacting with children his age?
Because you didn't fit in. This is the one I was looking for.
Okay.
You may have been in a gifted
I can't hear it again.
as a child
Okay, now.
in school, and how the TikTok algorithm knows this about you, I do not know. But if you have a hard time remembering what happened to you in that program, I want to show you something that might jog some memories. Does this next voice sound familiar to you?
This is the exercise for your own development process designed by you. You should be hearing my voice in your right ear.
What I just shared with you is not a hearing test, which is likely what they told you was during those sessions. That clip is taken directly from a hypnosis tape.
Oh my God, I got chills. I'm getting tingles on my Oh my God, Tess, you need to send me that shit. That shit is freaking weird.
Isn't it? Okay, let's finish it and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me because aren't you on TikTok?
Yeah, right now. That's where I found it because I do trippy TikToks on Saturdays generally.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost over, so we got a little bit left.
Astral projection and remote viewing sessions. This may not be for everyone, but a portion of these gifted and talented education programs were actually used as a covert government program to experiment and explore psychic phenomenon in children. If hearing that triggered a memory for you, or you have any more details about what you personally went through in the gifted and talented program, sometimes called GATE or TAG, there's a lot of different names for it, please share it with us so that more of us can unlock even further memories.
That is crazy.
Wow, that just triggered. Now, outside of what you played, did anybody else do guys interact with people? Because I didn't.
I wasn't in the GATE program, but I was in a program with a speech therapist where I'd be taken out of class 3 times a week
So,
and go
Yeah.
to a special room.
okay,
And
did you
since kindergarten to 6th
okay, did
grade,
you ever interact?
they
But
ever
Amy,
what?
did you ever interact like when it was? But did you ever play outside with the other people? Because I never did.
I didn't
No.
either. No.
I played outside, but not with the other kids because I didn't fit in. I never
So,
fit in.
Yeah.
yeah. So who else did? Dorothy, did you do that too?
Yeah, I was an observer. It was very rare I interacted with anybody. I was always quiet.
Yeah, I was like that
Yeah,
too.
I always had
I
one
was
good
like,
friend, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
that was it too. I remember that too because I was only like maybe one or two people that I talked to, and I really didn't. And everybody could say, "Oh, you were just shy that you didn't want to interact with people," but I didn't believe that because it was more like I was an observer, being a kid but feeling like an adult. Like I was observing everything. Why
Yeah.
I did that, I don't know. But now that Tessa brought that
Yeah.
memory, that just triggers some memory that maybe, you know what I think? I blocked it out as a child. I blocked that hearing test out as a child. And it goes back to what I told you before Dorothy came in. I almost got kidnapped at the age of 6. How the fuck would I remember that?
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah,
would
I
I
remember
remember that?
stuff from the age of 3, but it was because it was very traumatic. A lot of people don't have memories from that age, but it was because it was so traumatic for me that it stayed with me. Some people will block it out because it's a protective thing that your mind does, but yeah, people don't believe me when I say, yeah, my first memory was when I was 3 and it was not good. I'm not going to say it here because YouTube won't like it, but I think it depends on how much
Wow.
it strikes you and how strong you are, if you can keep that memory or not.
Man, I got chills all
Or
over my
if they
body.
manipulated your memories or tried to erase them, or, if they're doing
You
that,
know
you
what?
don't know what they're
You,
capable
you
of.
know what? Because
And that's what I was
I got a
thinking of
question
that.
for
Because, like, it wasn't until I
everybody.
heard that guy's voice saying, this is a hearing test, blah, blah, blah. Like, once I heard that voice, it brought everything back. I was like, I freaking remember that. And being in the booth and having the things on. And like you said, it was really, really dim or dark. And yeah, really weird.
Tess, I got to start with you. I got a question for you. Now that you're bringing childhood, I got a question. Like, you know how, like, me, some people don't remember their childhood when they went to school. Like, for me, I remember, like kindergarten, like first grade, like kindergarten, second, third, fourth. I don't remember. It was almost like I didn't exist. Like time was gone. And then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, I remember. So what happened to me? Was I abducted? Did they fuck with my mind with that hearing test? Did you ever go through a time of losing time? Tessa, did
I
you ever
Yeah,
lose
go through
time
I
that
all
only
the
too?
have
time.
Yeah, I only have flashes of certain times over those years to, like you said, like I think fourth grade is when I remember a lot, but otherwise before that, like I only have little flashes of things. And I didn't get to go to kindergarten because I lived in the sticks in Arkansas, so I didn't get to do that. But yeah, even when I was in first grade, I didn't fit in with the other kids. I know. I always just thought I'm just a weirdo or whatever, which I'm proud of, but
Yeah, that's what I thought too. What about you, Amy?
Yeah, I have big gaps in my memory. I don't remember 5th
Okay.
grade at all.
Okay,
Don't
Brittany?
remember a lot.
Mm, I know some, but I don't know a lot.
What about you, Dorothy?
I have bits and pieces like of I don't remember things, but for the most part, a lot of it kind of happened in my uh, like middle school to high school years. Like
somewhere along the way, like there was some kind of a shift or transitioning or some sort, something that happened. Because I can kind of recall those years and I completely remember all of the hearing tests. But even those sounds in itself do something to me. It speaks to me. You know what I mean? Like there's something about those. It's almost like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense because when Tessa figured that, and you know what's so weird? Not only this, that years go by, right? I remember that guy's voice, right? I just see how he sound the same. His voice wasn't deeper, it wasn't tone, it wasn't voice, and we all remember the same person, the same voice. Now, question: we all went through that cycle, right? Who the fuck is he? Is he government? Or was he with Stargate? Or was he intake that they made him like a teacher, but he was the only one they picked because that voice, would, like, it's not so much hypnotized; it's more like hypnosis. Is what I get. That just freaking came out of my word. I don't even know. I've heard of hypnosis, but I don't even know what that fucking means. But I heard the word. So who is that? Who is that guy? We all remember that exact voice. There's something to him, and I think that he's not human because I think, and as the years go by, I bet you these kids, when they go to kindergarten, how much want to bet that they hear that same voice? But the
It's
thing
the
is,
same recording.
you should. No, I don't think it's a recording. He's an actual person.
Yeah, but the voice is recorded. He's not in the trailer talking. It's a recording.
Yeah, that you hear through your headphones. I need to ask my kids and see if they recognize that.
You know what? You should. And I want to hear feedback on that because if it is auto recorded, they would have had to find back in the days. Oh my god, I just remember this. Do you remember the cassette player? With the record and the play?
Stick it in.
They don't have that shit anymore. Yes, I remember. And I just saw that in my head and that's. But
yeah, they
that's
plug your
what
thing
I'm
into
seeing.
that.
Yeah. And I just saw him like, why am I seeing a whole cassette? Oh, that was probably back in, even before my mom, probably back then.
Oh, it
Because I remember
wasn't.
seeing it.
Cassettes aren't that old.
Neither
I
are.
don't know. Who knows?
You know what, Amy, we're the same age, so I feel old. Maybe you don't, but I do.
You're only as old as you feel.
Yeah.
I don't feel that old.
12.
But you know what?
Yes.
The thing is that I feel old, but get this, my spirit is very young. My spirit is young, but my soul is old.
Yeah, I'm young, but
It's
my body
weird,
can't
like,
keep up.
I know, right?
That's right.
We're-
These big old,
we just
heavy,
feel like it.
earthbound shells.
But you know what they say that that when you get white hair, you get a lot of wisdom. So I got a lot of that. I got a lot of white hair. For the
Where?
80s, y'all got white hair.
Where?
I'm just looking like, no, not exciting. Okay, it's fine. I got silver ones. And my best friend
Amy,
since junior high school was like,
Red's
you
got a
dye
lot
your
of white
hair.
hair.
I got that right.
Dorothy's
Yeah,
got a lot of white hair.
That's
They call those ganas, but that's not ganas. That's aging wisdom.
wisdom highlights.
Exactly.
It's like when
You know what?
Obama
I
went
need
into office, he looked super slick, his hair was black, and then after a year, he had like a spider conference on his head from all the white people.
Yes.
It looked like a spider conference.
I remember that.
But yeah, but these cards are just amazing. Taz, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Or if anybody ever wants these.
I did. I always do. Yeah, and I keep
Um,
sharing it, and I shared it on both my pages and my own page.
So these cards are
They
really
horse water,
amazing.
but you can't make it drink.
They're
super cool.
And you know what's the crazy thing about everybody connected here? There's others, but they can't come on because they're busy. But I have a lot of friends that ever since that incident that happened, yes, with my mom, everyone in here is the ones that came in my life during that time. Amy's been around me for 6 years. Dorothy met me in October. Brett met me in February, and then somebody else from the past, not like bad past, but somebody came back. So I have a circle of people that my mom brought into my life. And you know what the most common thing that my mom brought in my life? Capricorns. Yo, Capricorns are stubborn as shit.
Not as bad as Taurus.
Yeah, Taurus are very stubborn.
Not as bad as Taurus. When I was pregnant with Lily, I was like, I want a 420 baby. I don't want a Taurus, a bullheaded Taurus. Yeah, she's awesome.
And then the thing is about Taurus, Capricorns, and Virgos. They all get along. So it's kind of like me and Brittany are Virgos, and they say that Virgos don't ever come across each other ever. So, but the thing is that we get along so well, and it's so weird because I was telling Brett, I said, look at all these people that my mom brought, and my mom was Capricorn. Her birthday was on the 8th. So
what did I tell you when your mom passed? I
weird.
told you she's gonna send you somebody, and look what she did.
And she did. And then you want to hear it's even more creepy? You know how 8s keep repeating, right, Tess? Well, Brittany's birthday is in August. That's the 8th month. Okay. And then her name has 8 letters. It just goes on and on. And then her state has 8 letters in it. There's 8. And then I just triggered something recently. I'm like, Mom, what the hell did you do with all these 8s? I was like, she's like, I'm gonna let you know that I'm nearby. So, see, the only thing is that I don't have 8s on my birthday because my birthday's on the 12th. So I don't have 8s around me. Yeah, I don't have 8s. What about you, Amy? What, babe?
Me? I don't know. It's
What
been
about
mostly
you,
5s.
Amy? 5s? I was gonna ask you a question, Amy. Do you have 555s that you've been seeing lately?
Me or
I did
Brittany?
too. I think he said Brittany, right?
I think so.
No, I said Amy.
Triple
okay.
5s.
Yeah, you keep breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly your connection isn't good.
I wonder
It's
why.
mine.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of 5s. Some of them are on triple.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's always when I'm looking for
You know what?
something important on my phone, I'm like, I gotta look at this in 555 when I open my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But I usually see 551, but I do see a lot of other
Oh, I
stuff,
was gonna,
555.
I see
Tess, I got a
multiple
question. Did
numbers.
those people that wanted a reading, were they paranormal investigators? Because I thought they were gonna come on and talk to me.
No, it was Yvette and Cheyenne that called in earlier about.
Okay. Because I thought that you said other
Yes.
people were gonna come on. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
the
thought
other
that
one was Cheyenne's old man because, like Cheyenne said, her brother just unalived himself this way, and about a year ago, his brother unalived himself that way. And he even asked me earlier, like, how do you feel about traveling? Like, shit, man, I've traveled all my life from Arkansas to Washington, Arkansas to Florida, like all over the place. But he wants me to go and investigate the house where his dad, not his dad, but his brother,
You
did
know
his.
what? We gotta meet up because you know what? I would love to do a walkthrough. I haven't done that in a long freaking time because I did that with me and Brett. We went to this guy's business. I'm not gonna say his name though. At the time I was helping him, and he's like, Chris, because I've done it for residents and stuff, like walking to their house, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
looking around the business, and he's like, and then I remember having a vision of this thing with a club over its head. I couldn't see his face, but I could see a
A
cloak,
hood?
and there was like a cloak, like a witch cloth over him.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Brittany was with me, she was like way in the back because she takes her time. So she was like, wait for Brittany. I said okay, and I said, Britt, stay right there, don't get too close because there's energy that I'm picking up, right? So I told him, I said, was there a tree on this where you're in the backyard of your store? And he was like, holy shit. He was like, yes, but we cut it. And then I told him, I said, I don't know where I'm getting this, but there's a thing with the hood. I couldn't see his face. You know what he told me? He goes, I connect with something that is not from this plane. I said, is it a demon or something similar to that? He said, yes. He just looked at me. He's like, have you been here before? I said, I must have astral projected to you. But this was a month before I actually met him. Because I went in there for a cleanse because I was like all messed up, because of my mom. So when I went in there, I did a walk in the other stores that he had like another building. And I said, dude, you have a lot of spirits from African and all this stuff. So then he goes, well, when do you want to do this? So we did a cleanse. Me and Brittany helped him. I was so proud of Brittany. I was like, oh my God. Because
Brittany's
at
a
that time it was
badass.
me and my mom. So we did a cleanse. We sprayed. I said, do it the way you feel like you're guided to. And I could hear her in my ear. Even though she wasn't that close to me, I could hear, all this stuff. And I was like, same thing to myself, during that. And like after we were done, after I was done with the walk, we cleansed it. And then we cleansed ourselves and we walked out. It was already time for him to close. And then, like after that, he looked at me and said, dude, you did tremendous. You and Brittany did a tremendous job. But that walk was dead on. Everything you said was legit. And he goes, I just met
Like,
you.
yeah. It's awesome when you say
So I've
something
done
and then
that.
somebody tells you like the correct information or whatever that backs up what you're feeling or what you're picking up on. Then you're like, yes. It gives you that confidence about
like,
your gifts and
yeah, like with
stuff.
Dorothy. Like with Dorothy, there was recently, maybe like, honestly, 3 days ago. I was like, and I've never been to her house, right? Never. And I said, what the fuck is this black truck? And she's like, making a weird face, like, there's no black truck. And she was like this. She was like with her, because I tend to do that too. She's like this. And then she's like, thinking, she just paused for a second. And then she's like, I think there is a black truck. Well, guess what? The next day, there was a black truck next door. And she said, holy fuck. She's like, Chris, chingao. She's like, you fucking picked up on a truck. And then I was like, sorry. I was like, I saw the black truck and I said, it could be blue because everything's dark because I was over there. I don't know how I freaking did it. And she's like, and I
Yeah,
said,
it depends on what time of day it is. When you see it, it could look black, but during the day it looks blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He
I
was
know.
like,
And then
with the poles and with the chickens, and I was like, oh, that's my husband's like cousin. That's her husband. So you're talking about what are they doing to the chickens? And then he was like, what's with the black stuff? And I went, well, that's my niece's boyfriend's truck. And then it would so happen to be that the very next day I saw the truck go by, and I was just like,
that shit tripped me out because I've done walks with Amy too, and Amy's like always said, I got dirt on you, Chris. I got dirt on you. You can't say anything that you. And now Brittany's got dirt on me. She's got the biggest dirt. But
yeah, probably. Poor Brittany.
But other than that, but I'm glad that we guys connected. And I know it's a few minutes before we head out, but for everyone, please be safe. And for everyone that I'm not going to talk to, or of course everyone in chat I do talk to, but everyone else, please be safe. Don't drink too much. Happy Valentine's Day early to all you guys. And the fasting, you're looking at him in the... So, Tessa, if you wanna fast, you got to tell us so we could talk. Because we're all fasting. Amy says, he ain't gonna last more than a week. He's not gonna do it. He's
10 days.
You're gonna fast for 10 days?
No, I told him he won't last for 10 days.
Oh no!
I'm gonna try to do it till
like all messed up or something.
Yeah, but you should have seen this test. It was like the other day we were all like talking, right? Because we all pop in chat, right? And I said, and I caught her red-handed. We're talking, me and Brent are talking, right? Dorothy pops up. Yeah, we started the fast, and she turned the camera off. I was like, you're guilty as shit, right? You just cheated. She's like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't help myself. I said, you're fine, because I cheated too. She's all like, she's like, phew. I thought I was the only one that said, no, we're taking baby steps. And then Brittany's like, babe, can I have a soda? Do you see a soda in my hand? Yes, you can have one. Just one. But she did it, I think, when wasn't it that you didn't drink soda? Was it the day yesterday? You didn't drink any soda, right? Or was it the day before?
I think day before.
Yeah, she actually did good. She didn't drink no soda at all. But the next day, yes, we got freaking headaches, like bad. And Amy's like,
yeah, you gotta have your caffeine, whether it's like your coffee, you can have your coffee black or whatever. You gotta have your caffeine if you're used to it. And you gotta taper down. Because otherwise, like, things will get constricted and stuff. My girls, both my eldest girls, have had issues with migraines and different things like that. I think it's sensitive stuff as far as, gifts, etc. But they told them to do one of those little cans of Coke with Tylenol. And it actually helps. Like the caffeine helps to open up your veins and stuff to keep you from getting those headaches.
Okay.
So you got to figure out where you can get your caffeine.
I know. I get it from my my nutty bar. The nutty bar shouldn't be eating, but my chocolate intake.
There's some at Walmart. I don't know if you guys have Walmarts, but in the
but I know we're probably. Did Tessa just freeze?
She froze.
Yeah, she froze.
Weird.
I know. You
know
now
it is? It's froze.
You just froze.
Yeah.
You look like a statue, Tess. You were just like this.
Oh, good. At least it looks like one of those crazy looks that happen all the time when I freeze. It's always the worst look ever. I'm like, damn it.
I used to see those. I remember there's a few times that I froze, and then Amy, she's like this one time. I didn't mean to say this, but she's like, "You better not keep that picture." She was like this to.
It was a
I was
really
like,
bad
"She's fucking
picture.